Okay, welcome to I'm 3D Studios. And today we're going to take a look at some of our products, one of our products, but here's a few of our products. MetaHuman hand poses, our MetaHuman performance pack. We have here our Xsens premium animation pack. But what we're going to look at today is we're going to look at the MetaHuman performance collection, where we have the face, the body, and the hands. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so what we're going to do is create a new project in Unreal Engine, and we're going to click on Film, Video, Live Events, or we're going to click on a blank event, and we're going to call it Mocap. Now, in this lesson, we're not going to be teaching animations. We're just doing an introduction to our course. Excuse me, not introduction to our quick, but introduction to the pose library. Giving an introduction to the product, basically. Since we waiting to load up, maybe we could do some advertising. So, follow us on YouTube. Okay, I'm 3D Studios. YouTube, we're growing. We're just getting started. But, just like and subscribe. Click the button right here. And fantastic things will happen. We'll learn together a whole bunch of stuff. We're also looking to include large language models and discussing foundation models and building products using foundation models like Llama, Ollama, Mistral, a whole range of different products that we can link together and create a central intelligence AI central AI intelligence in your own home. Okay, so let's set this up. Let's get it started. Let's hit it real quick. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to start bringing in some MetaHumans. So let's go to Bridge, MetaHumans. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's tool that. We're done Tana. Let's load her up. And we're going to choose. Okay, going to enable some missing plugins. Enable missing. And we're not going to import. On the side, the buttons is showing up. But we're not going to restart just yet because we want to add one more MetaHuman, which is Vivian. So add Vivian. Okay. When Vivian load up, we are ready to go. We're going to restart. All right. So while we're restarting, let's advertise. Okay. What was I saying about this fantastic YouTube site? Yeah. Okay. So let's take it up. Oh, okay. All right. So we're back. All right. We're ready to go. So you have our MetaHumans. Let's click on them. That Vivian. Let's double click the blueprint because there's some housekeeping I like to do. Okay. So let's place it here. And we're going to go to the LODs and we're going to click 0 it out for high level of detail. All right. And we're going to compile and save. We're going to do that for both of the MetaHuman. Let's go back. That was Vivian. Now we have to do Hana. I named my AI one of my foundational language models that I'm not retraining. That would be very expensive and very difficult to do. But I named it Hana. I love that name. So LOD. Let's click 0, which I'll be giving lessons on that on building your own AI in-house. It should be worked hundreds of thousands of dollars, but for us it'll be free. Yes. All right. So let's compile, save. All zeroed out. All right. Okay. We won't need these blueprints again. Let's click them out. Bye bye. Okay. So now all we need is to set the stage. So let's click on Vivian. Put Vivian here, and MetaHumans. Let's put Hana here. Yeah, set the stage for the motion caption. Okay, and now in the contents, let's get a level sequence and let's call it Hana. Okay, so let's double click the level sequence. All right, excellent. Okay, let's click F to frame up the shots. And let's also change this camera speed to, my favorite is 0.03. That's how fast I like to move. Okay. What? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. Okay. All right. Now let's line these characters up. Hana. I didn't realize Hana was that short. And back Hana up. And let's set 90 degrees so they can face the screen, so we can see the mocap clearly. 90. Okay. Don't import. Okay. Click the same buttons on the side. Okay. So we have our two characters. We are ready to go. Let's always save all. All right. So now we will go to tab and let's get the product. So we'll go to my library and we will click on add to project. And oh, it's downloading off screen. Okay, here it is, downloading off screen. Great, can we move it over? No, up I can stay on the screen so you can see it. See that? Downloading. MetaHuman Performance Collection Package. Xsens Body Mocap. Base, hands, and library. And I pull it back. I don't know if that worked. Did it? No, okay. All right, so let's go back to the content, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. All right, now you can also download it from Fab, and here it says on disk 447.50 megabytes. So it's you could download it to the project as well, where you can select which project you want to place in. But here it was directly into the project, and you put on the add button. So let's open it up and let's take a look at what we have. We have face, hands, Xsens mocap. Okay, we have a lot going on here. There's a lot, out of about 175 or so assets. It's a lot. So we're gonna look at an overview, and we're gonna click play up here so we can have an overview of all the assets and what they are doing. So let's scan around. This is the transitions, and as you can see, it's a lot. It is a lot. Okay, let's see what this guy had to say. What? Oh, he looked up that. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, let's go down here. All right. So as you can see, this is a lot of mocap. This is perfect for the project, for the hands and chase. As you put in your projects together, he's wonderful, and some subtle and some extreme. Motion is very helpful. We have listening and reacting. We have idle states, and we have emotional states. Like okay, that looks emotional. Okay, and we have sitting at desk. You know, sometimes you're doing a presentation, of a product. Okay, and we have movement and delivery. Back out. We have a bonus pack, extra bonus, full free. We have the music pack. So we got some DJing, we got some dancing, we got some Yep, let's take out. Yeah, rapping. Got some rapping going on. Got some DJing going on. I see some Wiki. Yeah, look at that. DJ tape. Whip. Okay, fantastic. So let's exit out of this. All right, hit escape. Say bye-bye. And let's get back to our main content. And let's get back to our main page. We have Hana and Vivian. All right, so now that we have our performance pack, let's get into our sequence. And let's see, let's go into animation. And immediately we have our poses ready to go. Okay, so let's go into content, MetaHuman performance packs, and let's take a look at the products. Okay. there. Let's look at the face. Look at that. Fantastic. Look at that quality. Beautiful. Look at those facial expressions. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, let's go into content and come out of content. Okay. There's a slight glitch in Unreal Engine when it comes to moving around the UI and the control rig. But sometimes you have to double click again, try to get it. All right, look at these hand poses, fantastic. Holding the gun, look at that. Fist, yeah, okay. Look at this, beautiful quality, absolutely fantastic quality. Look at that. Okay, so now we're gonna put it all together. All right, so we go to Outliner. Let's grab Hana. Okay. And let's grab Vivian. Okay. And we're gonna put some mocap on them. Okay, so we get the content. We go to MetaHuman and we go to the Xsens mocap. So here is the breakdown of all the mocap. It is a lot, but we have transitions, talking to explain, sitting at desk, movement and delivery. We have Xsens mesh. Also, I like to bring that Xsens mesh in. Let's see, let's bring in the skeletal mesh. What bring can in right about here. And let's turn him 90 degrees. Okay, cool. So we have all our players in the scene. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add mocap to everyone. I hope this works out. Let's see, is there a different way of doing things? So we will select, we have Hana, Vivian, and we're gonna bring in the MVN puppet. Okay, cool. So MVN puppet will be at the lab. Now the MVN puppet, all the animation is pretty much already lined up and ready to go. So let's choose one. Let's choose an idle. We don't want him walking away. Consonant idle. Low, medium, high. Let's do a high consonants. All right, so let's see. All right, we're gonna see the animation. The boy can be beautifully on him. And what we didn't do is immediately double click that animation. Let's open up a little bit more after the FD. Double click that animation. At the animation, double clicking. Double clicking, expand out. Go to get more time. Right about there. It's great. So we could play just a little bit more of the animation. And then Hana and the MetaHumans in back, let's add the animations to them. Now, the same process is not going to work on them on a control rig. It's going to be a little bit of a process, but we'll make it as quickly as possible. Okay, so to add the animation on to the body, we're going to have to delete the control rig. All right, so we're going to delete the control rig. Bye-bye on Hana, and we're going to go back to content, and we're going to have to match the body to a retarget. We're going to retarget the body. So let's do a bonus in the attack, and let's do a DJ hands free. Let's right click on that, and let's do a retarget animation. Retarget, and we're going to have to click the mesh of here, the target. We're going to have to find the mesh, which is right here. Yeah. Tall, normal. I say the short would be Hana, because he said Hana was short. So this would be reserved for Hana. Now, when you play the animation, you have a whole bunch of animation here. And we're going to do the DJ. Now, you can look at the animation play out here. Play all the different types of animations so you can see what's going on. but we're looking toward DJ. And we're gonna do freestyle. Okay, that looks good. Now we're gonna export the animation. Okay, and we're gonna, let's create a folder, a new folder, and call it animations. Animations, okay. All right, and the prefix, just so we can find it good, I'll say HANA, because it's gonna be, it's HANA MetaHuman rig. Okay, and we'll export. Okay, we'll close out of this. Okay, here's the animation. Now we go back to content. All right, we're gonna go back to our sequence and let's save everything. Have to be a good habit. Save all. Okay, let's look for HANA. Okay, body, and let's click on animation. And then we're gonna click on, let's see, HANA, because that's how we exported it. We'll click that, we'll put that animation, and it should be playing on HANA. Look at that, looks fantastic. Look at that. So we got the presenter in the front, we got HANA DJing in the back. He's like, what? Throw your hands in the air, scream like you just don't care. This is fantastic. All right. So we're gonna do the same process for Vivian. All right, so let's stop the animation. Let's pause. Let's back it up to the beginning frame. And what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to get rid of the MetaHuman control rig on Vivian. So we're gonna delete that. Oh, sorry. We're gonna delete. Let's get it back in order. Okay. We're gonna delete the control rig, MetaHuman control rig. Bye-bye. All right. So we can add an animation to her. So let's choose an animation for Vivian. All right. So let's go to content browser. Let's go to MetaHuman Performance Pack, and we're going to choose the Xsens mocap, and we're going to get, let's see, emotional state, listening and reacting. Let's have Vivian listening and reacting to everybody around her going crazy. All right, so let's do a listening and engaging. All right, we'll right click on listening and engaging. You retarget the animation, Okay, and now we don't have to look for the tall. Okay, that's just short, that's Hannah. Now we need the tall, female tall. Okay, and now we have to find that animation again that we wanted to put on her, which is listening and engaging. So we'll go listening, because there's so many assets. It'll take such a long time. Listening and engaging. Engage. Right here. Yeah, let's choose that. All right, so very listening, engage. Yes, I hear what you're saying. Fantastic. So we export that animation and we call it, we'll put it into animations and we call it Vivian. Okay, now underscore. All right, and now we're export the animation. You don't need this anymore. Okay, now we have two animations ready to go. Let's go to content. Let's back out. Let's go to sequencer. Now we're looking for Vivian. You're looking for the body of Vivian. We're gonna click on the track here and we're gonna look for animation and we're gonna type in Vivian. Here we go. So we click on Vivian's animation, okay? And let's hit play. Oh yeah. This is what we're talking about. Yep. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Fantastic work. Listening and engaging. Want to know what's going on. Yes. Now, I'm sorry that this is so long, because this is a big pack. So it's gonna be it's gonna be the video's gonna be a little bit, because we have some more to do. We gotta add the hands to Hannah and Vivian and facial expression. Now let's do that quickly. Now to be able to do that, we have to put back on the control rig. All right, so we're gonna go to the body. and we're going to right click onto the body, and we have to bake a control rig back onto Vivian. We need the MetaHuman control rig, so let's click that. Just click create. You don't have to click anything else. All right, so now we have a control rig on her and the animation baked in. So when you play, she's still doing her DJ thing, but now she has a control rig. All right. So we also Vivian, you have to put it back on her body. So bake control rig, MetaHuman control rig. Click create. All right. So the same thing should be happening with her. She's still listening and understanding, and she's still DJing. All right, with the control rig. Now, with the control rig, now we want to add some hand movement to some hand and some facial expression. So let's choose, since we're already in the hands, let's look for a normal open hand for her situation. She is like a neutral hand pose. All right, this looks good. Now, you select it. You got to make sure that Vivian is selected. So Vivian is selected. You're going to select controls. So all the controls in Vivian's hand is being selected. Now we're going to paste the pose to her left or right hand. Pasted pose, boom. All right, it's happening to her hand, but it looks like it's happening to both of their hands at the same time. That's very interesting. So we would have to do some keyframing and separating and a whole bunch of other stuff, which will make the video 2 hours, which we don't want to do that. But we're also going to select mirror so we could put the hand pose onto the other hand. So let's choose another pose, and let's choose something like this. Select, make sure that the opposite is selected, the mirror side, and then click paste. Okay, now let's add some facial expression. Let's see if the face is linked as well, which you don't want it to be, but we'll work around that. See, now we have 1, 2, okay, so we'll work on that. All right, so now what we do is you're going to come out and we're going to find the face pose. Contact. Hold on to your face. Let's select a listening and concerned. I'll select that, and also select the controls. You want to make sure you select the control. Who's selected right now? Vivian. So we select the face, and we'll place the pose. Paste. Oh, we don't want to hit mirror. Could hit key because they're still in the beginning. Place the keyframe to the base and paste the pose. Alright. So we look like we got these two sharing the scene together. But like I said, we'll work on that on a later video. We get more technical. Right now, we're just showing the asset and the packages, and they are doing their thing. All right, so we didn't set a keyframe for the hands because if you notice, the hands didn't carry over. So what we have to do is on the first frame, the hands are set. See, but they're not set for both of them on the keyframe. So we have to select keyframes to continue playing throughout the video. So let's try to do that real quick. All right, I'll try to make this quick. I'm so sorry that this is a long video. Please forgive me. All right, so let's go to the hands. All right, but you're seeing the pack in action, all the different assets we have in it, and all the things that you can do. So let's, which is fantastic. You can see this before you purchase. Make sure you get it. It's fantastic. So let's all remember that glitch I told you about. You have to click it several times. Let's go to hands. Up. I selected face. Let's go back. Content. MetaHuman pack. And we're looking for hand. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to select a hand. Let's select that one. And let's scroll up a little bit and make sure the keyframe is set. Select controls. Okay. Going to select controls. Select the keyframe. Is another thing you have to be aware of. The reason why the hand data is there's data in the hands that keeps it stiff. So what you're gonna have to do is delete that data in the hand. I'm glad we can see that. You see here in the hand, let's go to the pinky, see that right here? The thumb, the pinky. So we're gonna have to select all of this, the hand, all is selected. Select all this, and we have to delete that data because that data is overriding the data that you're using, the keyframe. So here it is. You delete that data, and also let's delete that data for the opposite hand as well. Pull a scroll down. We'll click mirror and selected control. Same thing. Let's delete the data that's in that hand. It's just loose data. Yeah, that will be overriding the hands unnecessarily. So what we do, we delete that because we're gonna put our own data in, either keyframe, hand gestures, things like that. File, save all. Okay, that's why they're not carrying over like that. So real-time inception type stuff, you're making corrections on the fly. Fantastic. That's beautiful. So we'll unclick mirror, select the control so it selects the opposite hand. We paste the pose is happening, and we select the keyframe. So now the pose will stay throughout the animation to that hand. Okay, now let's do the opposite hand. So we go, make sure we're back at the beginning. We hit mirror, select control. So selecting all the controls on the opposite hand. And let's choose something that's that could be seen quite well. A jogging fish. Let's select that. And select controls. So make sure we're selected and paste it. Boom. All right. And we have the keyframe set. So now let's play it through, and we should see the hands stay the same. Okay, see her hand is pointing and her hand is grip. And we did all that for Zivian. Yeah, so I think all those key frames was probably linking them together. So let's cut it from there. There's a lot more we could do. Same process that I did to Vivian, do the same process for Hannah, and we are good to go. I want to thank you for hanging in there. Let's do some housekeeping. I'm 3D Studios. Like and subscribe when you get the chance. We're gonna be coming up. We will be doing animations. We will be showing you more detailed on expressive actions with hands, face, dialogue, and some videos coming very soon. So like and subscribe so you can get that. We're also going to be doing some we're building a vocal AI. We also to create help create content and to polish MetaHuman content process your MetaHumans and render them out. You can take those frames. This is fantastic. This is serious. You could take those frames and run it through your local AI to clean up your data to make it cinematic and beautiful. And you can add vocals, visuals, special effects through your local AI that I will be showing you how to build and deploy and have it in your studio as a co-pilot helping you out. So thank you so much for hanging in there. I'm 3D Studios. We're just starting, and watch this space.